Well, if I can find a few actually from some weddings, then I'm going to love it.
The backlash makes me horny.
We're up for the banter.
It's a comedian.
Hello, welcome back to That Josh James Show, podcast for the geezers.
And their birds.
As ever, I'm joined by Romford's number one podcast. That's Chrissy White, aka White Boy. What's a grand son?
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. You good?
Good. Like that jacket.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's all right, isn't it?
Looking sharp, boy.
It's good for the sub. It's good for the English summer because
Yeah.
it ain't very hot, but then it keeps you dry. Do you know what I mean?
It ain't very hot, but it keeps you dry.
But that's it. And that's English summer, isn't it?
Mate, it's a liberty that we're wearing jumpers and jackets.
Well, this is it, mate. The new Labour government's come in and I've not seen them do anything about the weather yet.
The club champs got cancelled at the weekend.
Oh.
Torrential rain, puddles on the greens.
Yeah.
It's a liberty.
It's
Your
not
fella
good.
was fuming, mate.
I mean, listen, people moaning about the global warming. Where is the global warming now?
Yes, global cooling.
It's global cooling. It is.
I think a better word to describe it is climate change.
Yeah.
Because
Greta,
the climate
I'll
is
tell you,
definitely changing.
Greta's gone quiet, hasn't she?
She has gone quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you now, Greta?
Yeah.
Hey?
Global flooding. It's a liberty, mate.
Yeah.
Like, we watched the game the other night. It was like an outdoor area. I had jeans and like a cardigan thing. Pretty sick, actually. It's looking sharp. I was cold. Like, really cold. There's girls showing up and they was all like shivering and that.
Yeah.
It was July.
It's not what you want.
It's not what you want in the slightest, mate.
Nah. If I could, I would live in Spain. Like, I thought this when I went to Spain the other day. Like, if there was enough of my family over there and if there was a way of me earning money over there. I mean, my dream was always, I always thought, oh, this is my dream, to be like a touring comedian. You come back every 2 years for a tour, right? For a big tour. And literally the rest of my time, I just live in Spain writing.
What, you just make enough money on that stretch
Yeah,
to
exactly that.
sustain you for another 2 years.
Exactly that.
So is there enough places for you to warm up and try comedy out in Spain?
Oh, no, of course there wouldn't be, nah.
There wouldn't.
Nah.
You can't practice,
But then you'd come back for maybe a couple of weeks,
do work in progress.
go back to Spain, then write, and then you see what I mean?
Mate, that would be such a good life.
That's the
You'd
dream.
have to take up golf.
That's the dream. Nah,
You would.
no.
You can't just write all day, every day for 6 months.
Yeah, well, I do other stuff, mate. I ain't got to play golf.
Just play golf.
No, I'd go in the sea.
10 minutes.
Yeah, no,
What
I'd
do you
go,
do for the rest of
I'd
the
go
day?
snorkeling.
Another 10 minutes.
Love a bit of snorkeling. Rock jumping. Yeah.
Mate, these are like minor activities. Trust me, mate. You'd be on the golf course. You'd be loving
I'd
it.
probably start fishing. I reckon fishing would be a bit of me.
You've mentioned this a couple of times. You think you'd probably be more into fishing than you would golf.
Yeah, I reckon that would be a bit of me.
You could write whilst fishing.
Could write whilst fishing.
100%.
I'll tell you what, Shermanator,
Yeah.
he's a fisher. And
Fisherman or an angler
He actually
is
wrote
the terminology.
one of my best jokes recently. The 22 grand joke. Well, he didn't write it. That was just something that he come out with.
Yeah.
So,
and Boss Man remembered it and told me.
yeah. So I could go just do a little bit of fishing with my ghostwriter, the Shermanator.
Yeah. How funny that Sherman is actually a ghostwriter of yours.
Well, he's written one joke.
He's
isn't
written one
he?
joke, yeah, but it was a banger.
But he's just comedy, isn't he?
Hang on a minute. Talking about sketches with gold kettles and stuff. What, you pals with AJ now?
Yeah. We're good mates. Yeah. Yeah.
You got his number?
Didn't get his number.
You didn't get his number?
No, I didn't get his number.
Always get the number.
It's interesting, isn't it? No, I'd done the sketch with AJ.
And how did it go?
Well, I found out on like the Wednesday night. They was like, "Oh, the Zone want you to potentially write a sketch with AJ. Can you submit for it?" I mean, listen, 9 times out of 10, you ask to submit for things, it don't come off. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll write you 3 sketches, right? And knocked him out within a couple of hours. I was like, I'm not gonna do a sketch with AJ. That's just ridiculous. That's just not gonna. Things like that don't happen to me.
Typical Jamesy doubting himself.
Well, no, but I was just like, I'll do it, but I know there'll be loads of other people that are submitting ideas. I'm not going to be the one to be chosen.
No, mate, you're DAZN's main man.
So I'm not just man.
You are, bro.
That's Eddie.
They love it. No, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to the content and that, they love you, bro.
Well, they've been
You're
supportive.
the demographic.
They've been supportive. So I've got to give a shout out to DAZN. You've got to give a shout out to Eddie Earn.
Yeah.
Because I play this mad Eddie Earn character 100% if he wanted to. he probably could sue me. You know what I mean?
But he's on board.
But he allows it.
Yeah.
He gets involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look, I'll be completely honest. Before I come on this podcast, I had some, shall we say, skeptical views about Eddie Hearn and AJ. Yeah. I've been turned.
You have been turned.
I've been turned.
Yeah.
I rate them both.
I can remember you saying about Eddie Hearn. I'm like, mate, I love Eddie Hearn. What the fuck is he? He's like, no, I'm not having him, mate.
But what I was saying is, I was taking it for face value. Yeah. Now I see what he's doing, and he's doing it well.
See, but you know what's quite funny is that the reasons why you probably didn't like Eddie Hearn because you thought he was quite flash
Yeah.
with his money and all stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, a little bit.
that's the majority of your close friends. your mates.
But I don't really like any of them either. You know what I mean?
But mate, the Shermanator loves flashing the cash about. Humble flash guy loves flashing the cash about. Some of your best friends in the world are just poor men's Eddie Hearns. You know what I mean?
No, look, potentially yes. I don't know. It's just, you know what I mean? My views have changed. I rate the guy.
Yeah.
I rate the guy. I love what he's all
I
about.
think that's the thing is you need to know when Eddie Hearn's sort of talking about how unbelievable he is. He is saying it very tongue in cheek.
Exactly.
I mean, listen, he 100% believes it. Don't get me wrong, but
Of course, but he doesn't actually take himself that seriously.
no, exactly. He's more doing it. He's more doing it as a joke.
Whereas in the beginning, I was thinking, oh, is this guy for real? Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
he was taking.
Yeah.
Now I know it's part of the shtick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, just the fact that he's embraced that and he done that thing with you, with proper.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yeah, he's a chap.
And there's something funny about someone just being that garish and that I'm loaded.
Yeah.
And this is, you know what I mean?
Plus, mate, he's got in with the Saudis. Bro.
Yeah, he's laughing, mate.
Stupid money
But
involved.
AJ's when I met AJ, you cannot understand how big this man is.
Does he smell good?
You asked me this. Does he smell good? What's with the?
So like, I've had it before where you like meet someone and they're like surrounded with like this aura and you're like, know this geezer, and they like smell good.
To
I
be
met
honest,
Rio once.
To be
and
honest,
he smelled incredible.
the first thing I done when I met AJ, I shook his hand. And I didn't go in and sniff his neck and go, let's have a good smell in here, mate.
You don't have to say it. You can just smell it.
No.
No? Or was like this other guy, he was talking about Ali McCoist, and he's like, oh, mate, Ali McCoist, what a legend. He's like, he smells incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he gets it.
I just tried to play it so cool with AJ. I'm like,
Did ya?
Yeah, mate. You just try and make out as if you're not bothered that you're
Do you reckon
meeting.
he saw through it?
I don't know, but you're just trying to make out as if you're not absolutely over the moon to be meeting Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, what's happening? What's happening, AJ? Yeah, big fan, mate. Yeah,
Dapped him up.
yeah, dapped him.
Yeah.
Went for the dap.
Mate, I've learnt the handshake since I've been coming in here with like Chike and Gelly and that. It's that one, then the arm round, and then you finish it with one more shake.
Yeah.
So, because I kept getting confused. I didn't know quite how it went. You know what I mean? So normally I'll just be like, yes, or like a handshake. It's nah. It's that one, then the arm, then you finish with a shake.
You don't like put your fist out. Someone goes for a fist bump. You don't want to be like, oh, yeah, mate, all right.
It's called the cabbage.
The cabbage, yeah.
Nah, I've got the handshake now. They'll tell you I'm good at it now.
But yeah, no, AJ was top geezer. And I've done a couple of sketches with him. One of them that you've already seen and one that's coming out in September.
Yeah, I like that one.
Which actually, the one in September, I think is funnier.
Is the one?
Yeah, I'm not playing Eddie Hearn, but
Oh, okay. Who are you? Yourself?
I'm playing myself, yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's the one I really like. But yeah, just top geezer. And really, I tell you what, AJ made me feel like I'd met him multiple times before.
Oh, okay.
He got to know my name straight away, Josh, getting me involved, like in between the sketches. He's getting me in the headlock and that.
Was he?
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep my cool as if I'm
You
not.
don't know how he smelled. He had you in a headlock.
Yeah. It smelled. I weren't really thinking about the smell, to be honest. I was thinking more, is this headlock a joke or
Am I going to die?
am I going to die?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just top geezer.
Ledge, where was it?
Finchley, where he's amateur boxing club.
Oh, okay.
So he goes back to Finchley, where he started out, does a lot of stuff. I think he must support them.
Got a lot of time for that.
Financially as well, because there's a lot of AJ bits about. So, yeah, mate, just overall top geezer. And, you know what I was thinking to him? I'm like, mate, you got another 18 months really left in this boxing game, and you can go off, sail off into the sunset with a load of cash, and all what people have said about you through your career don't really matter.
Of course it don't.
You're the one laughing, mate.
Predictions for the fight?
I think he'll do Dubois. Yeah, I think he's a level above Dubois. But yeah, mate, listen, I'm not going to hide it. I'd love AJ to come back and beat them all, to be honest.
Who? All of them?
Fury, Usyk, I'd love
So
him.
who's he got? He's got to get through Dubois, and then what?
So Dubois, if he beats Dubois, then he'll fight the winner of Fury for Usyk.
Okay, and then that's it.
And then that's it, mate. So, yeah. But I thought I'd read out some of the listeners' questions.
Yeah, what you got? It's been a while.
Yeah. We're getting a couple of messages. So this is from Brad Confrey. What's happening, Brad?
Hello, Brad.
I think he likes to go by the name of Bradders. All right,
like
geezers. Whether you read this or not, I just want to say I've listened to every show. And without a doubt, you guys have changed my life. It's another one of these ones, isn't it?
I always feel like these ones are aimed at me.
It's another one of the... Well, maybe me as well.
I don't know, mate. I'm in the life-saving game.
You are, yeah. But it's another one where you think, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
It's another one, and you changed my life. You saved my life. Oh, here we go again. I'm a big talker, but when it came to my addiction, it became hard to talk about it. 23 days clean and sober. Keeping the mind busy and listening to you lads chat is my therapeutic part of the day, and what a laugh at the same time. Keep up what you guys are doing, and remember, you guys have changed my life, and I hope the other listeners feel the same. God bless. Love from Bradders.
Nice one, Bradders.
So you love that don't you?
Yeah, I get it all the time.
I'm not into that shit.
I get it all the time, and it doesn't get old.
Really?
No.
Gets really old for me.
Yeah, I know, but you know why? Because you got to realise there's levels to this stuff. I was in that deep, dark, despairing place that I didn't think I was ever going to get out of. So when people see a little bit of hope, and when it's like we've played a small part in that bit of hope, it's really important.
No, of course. Of course I'm joking.
I know you're joking, but it's just like...
But
it
then a
doesn't get
part
old
of
for
me is also a bit like, just say it's a laugh, mate. You know
I
what
was
mean?
sharing in a meeting the other day, and people kept sharing back about the podcasting, this one and the other one I'm involved
really?
in. And one of my mates who was in the meeting, who I was actually in the dry house with, I ain't seen him for ages, he texted me during the meeting while I was sitting at the front. He was like, if one more person thanks you for your podcast, I'm going to break my own neck.
No, listen, it's good that we're doing good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's nice. Listen, man, our 23 days clean sober. That first 30 days is really difficult.
It's
Because
the hardest one to get.
when you've been caning it for years and years on end, to try and go a month without doing that, it's the hardest part.
By far the hardest one to get is 30 days.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I could get a week, 10 days, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That 30 days is something special about that one.
Yeah.
And then it's like 60, 90 is like outrageous.
90 is, I can remember thinking when I first went into them meetings, I'm like, 90 days?
Yeah.
I remember thinking, how's anyone doing that?
Yeah.
That is quite unbelievable. And I remember when I got my first 90 days, I come back and I started crying because I'm like, oh, wow, like, do you know what? Maybe I can do something with my life.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not going to be this loser who just is down the pub every Friday and Saturday just drinking my life away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just causing absolute chaos in my life. So, yeah, that first 90 days was pretty powerful.
Yeah, well, look, 90 days is what they say it takes to break a habit and create a new one.
Yeah.
90 days of continuously doing something.
But it's a change you've got to make for life.
Yeah, mate.
So, yeah. So, a few questions. Do you ever think, and on this topic, this is from Jamesy Scorer. What's happening? Do you think either of you lads will ever get back on the beers, or will it just lead to the other stuff?
You can't drink beers, mate.
No, it's all part of the same, really.
Alcohol's a drug.
Yeah, I made that mistake for years of thinking I could just have a drink again.
That's
but-
where a lot of people fall short.
Yeah. So no. And one thing I say is, for me, it just always ends in tears. And I'm not saying that like, oh, it always ends into my nightmare. No, I always end up crying.
You are a crier.
I'm a crier. It always ends up me going, oh, Ian Bill-esque, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got nothing left. You are an Ian Bill sort of
I'm a
geezer.
mate, just like floods of tears. So,
Yeah.
no is the answer.
You can't drink beers. Beers are on the list, mate.
Yeah, you can't.
Beers are on the list.
0% beers, great.
Zeros are decent. This is funny. I was at the pub the other day. I'm like, get us a 0. Rob Rowe comes back with a Coke 0. I was like, what the is that?
Yeah.
He's like, 0.
Zero,
I thought
but
you meant like a Coke 0.
I think most people, if you said a 0, would think a Coke.
Yeah, no, well, look, mate, they're getting pretty popular. Have you noticed that a lot of people are advertising, beer companies are advertising the 0%?
Yeah.
And do you know why?
Because they can't get away with the advertisement.
They can't advertise alcohol anymore. So to still get their brand out there, they're advertising the 0%.
Yeah. Guinness
But
do that.
it's having a different effect because people are like, oh, let me try that one.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Less drink driving, more people trying to get sober.
Yeah.
It's like this, what are they called? Gen Z?
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Z or Z, yeah, whatever you say.
Gen Z are like
They're melts, yeah.
proper melts. They're all staying sober.
Yeah,
Yeah, proper neeks.
they're proper neeks. They're
Yeah,
proper
all staying sober.
pussies.
Yeah.
They can't handle it.
They ain't got to turn out in them.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to absolutely like ruin their lives.
Nah, pussies.
What absolute pussies.
You got to ruin it first.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, at least try.
That's part of the journey.
Yeah, at least try and fuck
Yeah,
it
these
up.
lot don't want to, they actually want to do something with their lives. Fucking losers. What a bunch of losers.
Yeah, like study, work hard.
Yeah.
Fucking losers.
They
mate.
actually want to do something with their lives in their 20s.
Well, apparently what they're saying, I read this article, and it's like they've seen the way their parents and their cousins and like their aunties and uncles went down the road with like alcohol and drugs and stuff, and they're like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall
Fucking hell.
see.
Pussies. Okay. Bobby Boy, 91. Bobby
Bobby
Boy.
Boy, big
Bobby
fan
Boy
of the pod.
loves a question,
Loves
doesn't
a
he?
question, loves a comment.
Bobby Boy. Such a strong Instagram name, that, isn't it? Bobby Boy, 91.
Yeah.
Bobby Boy.
So he's your age?
Probably a year younger than me. I'm 90.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever drank so much you've yourself? Because my pal did. Dirty.
Have I myself?
I'll go first for this. Yeah, multiple times.
Oh, yeah, you yourself first time you ever got pissed?
First time I ever got pissed, I myself.
On the driveway?
Yeah, and well, I'd like to say that was the last time. It was.
It wasn't?
I mean, what would happen regularly with me is go mad, myself, wake up next day, cry my eyes out, call
Clean
up
the shit
white
up.
boy, and then clean myself up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then a year later,
yeah,
do
like,
it all over
do it
again.
all over again. Yeah,
And then all of a sudden I was like, you should probably not do it anymore.
yeah.
And here we are.
There you go.
You're
Here we are.
thriving, boy.
And
You're
then-
thriving.
and then you start a
Have I
podcast.
ever shit myself? Not drink related. I remember I shit myself once in when I was in Wales. I was at this rugby club, Whitlam Rugby Club. My old man's like a bit of a legend in
How
this
old
rugby
were you
club.
there?
Young.
Oh, okay.
I remember I had like a shell suit,
Yeah.
tracksuit on, and I was sitting up in the stands. I think my dad was like training or something, and I shit myself. Yeah?
How old are you there? I don't think it counts if
8.
you're. Yeah. Well, actually, probably 8. You should not be.
And I shit myself, and I was aware of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
But I was too embarrassed to tell anyone.
Okay.
So I just didn't move out of my chair
So
until it
just-
was time to go home. And then when we got home, I was like, Mum, poop myself. she cleaned me all up and that. I remember it vividly.
Old stinky pants over here.
Oh, stinky.
Like, at least I've got an excuse.
Yeah.
You
I was
know, I
about
was
8.
absolute paralytic. You're yourself just willy nilly.
I was at 8, yeah.
Yeah.
About 8.
So, yeah, the answer is yes. Don't miss that.
I'm sure you don't.
I'll tell you what, on the way here, I almost shit myself.
Did you?
Yeah. I was in Costa. I was like, oh, I better get there. I better get in the toilet. You know, when you just like touching cloth a
Did
bit.
you go toilet in Costa?
I don't think there was one there.
Surely there is. Coffee's a diuretic.
You know, when you walk into the toilet and you're like, oh, this couple more minutes, this is an absolute emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
I'll tell you what, I had a bad one. I used to work, I wasn't working at Debenhams. We was refurbing Debenhams in Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And I was on the train on the Central Line in the morning. You know when it comes on you, right? And I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. I was planning the route that I had to take and if there was any potential toilets on the way. And it was like, I was like tracing it in my step and I was like, oh, it's about 45 minutes
Oh.
until I can get to
Yeah.
a known because I know there's no toilets at Bond Street Station. By the time I got off the station, because it comes in waves, right?
Of course it does.
You feel like, oh, it's now. And then you get past it, and you're like, oh, and then you like relax. Then it comes back on again. I got off at Bond Street Station and I was like walking, like clenching my ass cheeks.
Yeah.
And I made it. But it was one of the worst hours of my life.
I tell you what, there's nothing like having a nice poo, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, the feeling.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's great.
Even better though, when you really need a wee and you start weeing.
Some poos,
It's euphoric.
Some poos are so satisfying that it makes you think, okay, yeah, I can see why people would be into anal sex. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Do you know what I
don't.
mean? Sometimes you think, listen, I'm not.
No, it's not a pleasant sensation.
It ain't gonna be for me, the anal and that. Yeah, I'm not into all that, right? But sometimes you do a nice poo, you think, okay, I'll get it.
I don't think you get like a pleasant sensation out of having a shit. The pleasure comes from the fact that it's gone. Do you understand?
Well, maybe I'm coming at it from a different angle here.
But what I'm saying is, you can have a bad poo. You can't have a bad wee.
Well, you can have bad dicks. You can have good dicks, you know.
You
But
can't
that's
have
what
a
I'm
bad
saying.
wee though, can you?
If you're listening and you're into the anal,
Jamesy gets it.
I sort of get it.
Yeah.
I sort of get it. So this one is from Flickady, one of our birds.
Flickety.
Yeah, not one of the geezers, but one of the birds.
One of the birds.
If your content wasn't for the geezers and their birds, would you act differently? Good question. Good question.
If it was just for the geezers.
No, if your content wasn't for the geezers and their birds, would you act differently? So basically, I suppose what she's maybe coming at there is, are we maybe playing up to it for our audience? I would say the term for the geezers and their birds, that sort of come after we've done quite a few episodes. And I think it's just an extension of really who we are as people.
I don't think I could act differently.
No, I'd say this is very much us, isn't it?
I can't act differently.
But that said, if I was to go on a podcast, maybe like, I don't know, for kids or whatever, I'm probably not going to be as open as what I am here.
Definitely not.
No.
Look, my mum's stopped listening to the podcast, yeah?
Has she really?
Yeah.
Oh, she
Because
really?
like, she just can't listen to it anymore.
Oh, bless
Because
her.
it's too much for her.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so...
What tips her
Now
over
I
the
know.
edge?
Now I know that my mum probably playing at the bumhole.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not great to hear. And,
Yeah,
you know,
because it got brought up multiple times. One of my dad's mates actually rang me like, "Love the podcast. Stop talking about playing bumholes. He's upsetting your mum."
Oh, really?
And I was like, probably not going to stop talking about it. She's just going to have to stop listening.
you see, my
You know
mum
what I
still
mean?
listens every week.
Does she?
She's got through that bit.
My missus don't listen anymore either.
She went to my dad, what does it mean, plating the bumhole? And then my
Yeah,
dad
yeah,
explained
he told
it to
you,
her. And she's like,
plating.
oh, I don't like that.
Nah. So, yeah, that probably turned my mum off it. But she listens to my other podcast.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not...
Oh, that's a shame.
it's not for my mum.
No.
This podcast is not for my mum.
It's not for the geezers and the mums, is it?
No.
No, it's for the
not-
geezers
it's
and
not-
their birds.
It's not for my mum. But
So no, the answer is
I can't act differently.
if
And
you're.
especially not for hours and hours and hours. I might be able
Nah.
to stick it on for 5 minutes, but no, this is me.
This is us. This is me. Oh, 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 oh. Do you like that song?
I don't actually know what song that is.
Yeah. Would you let? I mean, this question probably sums up why your mum no longer listens to the podcast. Harry Ives, what's happening, Harry?
What's happening, H?
Would you let Gareth Southgate shag your missus while watching, so England are guaranteed in the final?
Yeah, my missus wouldn't have it though.
Would she not?
Nah, not Gareth.
I would.
If it was like Jude Bellingham or like Saka, she'd probably back
I would
it.
say yeah. And do you know why? Because I imagine Southgate, I reckon he's a very tender lover.
I reckon he's fucking very defensive in bed.
No, I think I reckon he's very caring, he's very gentle.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time.
100% he's wearing protection.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going in there with two Johnnies.
Yeah. His missus could be on the pill. He could have a vasectomy and he would still use a condom.
I'd imagine
Ultra defensive.
he'd probably have a bit of that song playing, Lady in Red. is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's how I wanna be, 'cause I hardly know.
Yeah, he's not bad, is he?
This beauty by my side. I never will forget the way you look tonight. He'd play that song, wouldn't he? Southgate would have Lady in Red playing, wouldn't he? He would, wouldn't he?
Why did you get me to sing at the live show?
Okay, listen,
He's got a couple of hidden talents here, this
but he
guy.
would, and he'd come out of a dressing gown, and he'd undress your missus carefully,
Like a silk one, though.
and he'd kiss her neck, and he'd make sure at all times that you was all right with that, and he'd be like, "Can I backdoor it? No, leave the back door alone, Gareth. Just hit it from the front."
That's mine.
Yeah. That's what he would be a lovely tender lover, Gareth
real
Southgate.
gentleman.
So do you know what? Would you let Gareth Southgate shag your missus while watching so England can guarantee in the final? With pleasure.
Yeah. In fact,
Even if they went
you'd
out,
like it.
I'd say, go on, love. Give it a go. Just a little thank you for your service, Gareth. So there you go. Lee Kirky Kirk, shag, marry, avoid. Southgate, Kane, Maguire.
Shag, marry, avoid.
Marry Southgate.
Avoid Kane.
Avoid Kane, shag, Maguire.
Oh, actually. I mean, I don't want to do that. I don't want to shag any of them, mate.
Nah.
Are we talking about their birds?
Okay, we can talk about their birds.
What's Southgate's bird like?
I don't know. Probably old.
Yeah,
to be
that's what I'm
honest.
saying. Oh, by the way, I know my missus don't listen to it. She's like, "Oh, you talking about the football? Why don't you talk about the women, the girls?" And I was like, "Well, you clearly don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
We've just done a whole episode about it."
It's quite a theme here, the women in your life just dropping off flies.
Yeah,
Don't they?
got no interest in anything I do
No, exactly.
until it comes to payday.
But actually, we'll do shag, marry, avoid their brother halves. Probably avoid Southgate's missus because she's probably a bit older.
Yeah.
I'll probably marry Kane's missus because she seems very homely. She seems like a lovely lady. And Maguire's missus is hot, man. So,
she?
Yeah, one little night of passion
Yeah,
with
chop
her.
that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd go for. Can you both do 20 quick kick-ups? If not, you shouldn't have an opinion on football.
100%. I
Do
can
you
20
agree?
kick-ups. Get a
Someone
ball.
pulled me up this on the other day. They were like, "Oh, you can't do 20 kick-ups with me. You can't have an opinion on football." Yeah, to be honest, I think that is a very...
Mate, it's a great test.
Mate, but that's such a low entry level. If
Yeah.
you can't do 20 kick-ups on alternative feet, then you ain't really played football, to be honest.
Oh, what? You can't do 2-on-1?
No. You've got
Putt,
to...
putt, putt,
You've
putt.
got to do it left, right,
Yeah,
left,
no
right.
problem.
Yeah.
Zero problem.
I just think that's such a basic skill
Yeah.
that, come on.
But you know what I do think about kick-ups? You don't actually do kick-ups in a football match, do you?
No. But it's just about close control, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leah Carey, when are you going to help a single girl find a geezer?
What, like speed dating?
Well, let's have a look at Leah. So she is one of our great listeners. She looks like she's at home there enjoying a nice mojito.
Yeah, I'd say that's a margarita.
Margarita. One thing I would say, Leah, is based off the demographics of the blokes that listen to this show, listen, love them all. Love all you geezers. Don't know if they would be making the best partners.
No, probably not. What's her Instagram?
Her Instagram is Leah_Carey_.
Lads, slide in the DMs.
We will put Leah's details up.
Yeah. Leah's
there.
game. Yeah. Slide in.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Slide in.
So there you go, Leah.
Wouldn't
We've
that be
helped you out.
lovely if two people met because of this podcast?
Yes, because of that.
Because of that.
That would be so good.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
And if they eventually got married, I would expect a couple invitations,
Well, I'd do a reading,
at least to the evening.
you know.
Yeah.
I'd do a
You
reading.
could do 5 minutes.
No, I'm not doing weddings, mate.
Really?
No.
Jimmy Carr does weddings, bruv.
Well, yeah, if you're paying me like 20 bags.
Yeah, I think he got like 30 bags for like 20 minutes.
Did he really?
That is not bad.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know if they've got that sort of money.
Yeah, we'll see.
But, yeah.
I'm sure we've got some rich listeners. Look, if you're rich, slide in because we want to go to a good wedding.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is a good one to end on. Thoughts on Labour running country now?
Can I put this question over to you, please, mate? Because I don't know anything about anything when it comes to politics.
One thing I'd say is all the options, they was all proper boring weren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer.
I mean, Rishi Sunak, no good, mate. For me, no good.
No,
Just
mate.
a proper goon. What's this new fella like then?
He's quite boring as well.
Okay.
But he used to be the head judge, so he's had a bit of life experience, you know what I mean?
Head judge where?
Like the whole country and that.
Top judge?
Yeah, top judge.
Oh,
So he's had a bit of experience. But listen, let's just hope things get a little bit cheaper in this country.
That's what I'd like to see. A little bit cheaper. It's outrageous, mate. I'm walking in Tesco's. I'm coming out with like 2 shopping bags and it's come to 65 quid.
So that will
What is
probably
going
go
on?
down. Trouble is, you might well pay more taxes depending on what tax bracket you're in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But listen, good luck. Good luck. I
Yeah.
think we needed a change. I think everyone was in agreement with that.
Oh, definitely need change, mate.
But even,
And like Rishi Sunak didn't get voted in, did he? He just ended up in there by default.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
It's nice to have someone in there that got voted in.
but Farage been elected in Clacton.
Yeah, mate, man like Farage.
My old man is absolutely buzzing.
So can you explain to me what an MP is?
So an MP is you got MPs for different areas,
Right.
And they get elected into like the House of Commons.
Bit
but
like
they
in Ali
represent.
G when he gets elected as the MP for Staines.
That's it, and you represent that area,
Right, and then
any,
he goes into
any issues
Parliament.
you've got in your area. You're supposed to voice it with your MP, and he goes in Parliament, and he's your voice in Parliament.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's now repping Clacton
He's repping Clacton
in the House of Commons.
It's a match made in heaven, isn't it?
Perfect, mate.
Nigel Farage,
There is
MP,
not a more Farage town in the world than Clacton.
I mean, MP Farage for Clacton. That is just. There's something quite beautiful about
Yeah,
that.
it's poetic.
It's poetic.
Yeah. So he's going to be in there, Mr. Speaker, all that, yeah?
Yeah.
And talking about Clacton Pier.
Yeah, but then generally about
Tubby Isaacs.
yeah. What was that? Is that thing?
Tubby Isaacs is the seafood stall.
Oh, is
the
it?
seafood stall chain in Clacton.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
He'll be repping whether he's going to be that bothered about Clacton or it's just more for his own political.
Yeah. See, look, you can never trust a
But
politician.
7 times he tried to get in Farage to be an MP.
Right.
Finally got in there
Okay.
on the 8th time.
Right.
So
I think that's why he picked Clacton.
yeah, oh mate, yeah. Clacton.
Last ditch.
I mean, listen. If Farage can't win in Clacton, he can't fucking win
You
anyway.
might as well just call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Brilliant. Excellent stuff.
Yeah. So Farage, yeah.
Oh, Farage, mate. Oh, Farage.
Funny geezer.
Yeah, the old milkshake gate.
The old milkshake gate.
Has she been charged yet?
Don't know, mate. No, I don't. I wouldn't imagine so.
Okay, we've reached everyone apart from Jamesy's favourite section of the podcast, where
I just heard a microwave going.
we warmed it up for you, mate. We warmed it up for you. Where Jamesy tries something in an attempt to make him a little bit more cultured around food. Jamesy, today you are trying falafel.
Okay.
I think you're gonna like it. You can.
It looks
or
like a chicken nugget.
You can. Yeah. It's like a Middle Eastern version of a chicken nugget with no meat in it.
That sounds a bit of me.
Yeah. This is also hummus.
I'm not having hummus.
If you dip it in there, you get bonus points.
Okay, I'm not fucking bothered about the bonus points, in all honesty. No.
It's so much better with it.
Really?
And you know what?
no,
The thing that's going
no
to spin
for
your nut, that is made out of the same ingredient that is made out of.
Okay, I'm not having a hummus. I've tried hummus before. It ain't bit me.
Hamas.
Hamas.
Here you go, mate. I'll
What's
have one
in
with
that?
you.
That's all good, bruv. Don't eat into the mic, because you're a f***ing pig.
Dip it in.
The hummus ain't for me.
You going in for another one? Go on, boy.
I'm taking the piss.
Go on, boy. No, you did not dip that in. You
I
got.
don't want to ruin it.
You got to swipe it.
Is
swipe
hummus
it.
hot? Is it hot?
Not in the slightest, mate.
No. That's all good.
You like that? Oh, mine's fell apart.
Falafel. Oh, go on. Let's give that a rating. I'll give that an 8.
An 8.
Yeah, I'm taking the piss.
He liked
I'm taking the absolute piss. Look how cultured I am. Falafel. My first falafel. Absolutely nailed it. Look at this.
Falafel.
I'm just
8.
8, yeah.
You know what, mate? I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Mate, falafel. Add falafels to the list. My first falafel, and it was lovely.
So out of that, yeah, we know you like pepperoni. We know you like falafel. And sushi was promising.
By the time the tour comes around, I'm going to be like in Gordon
Gordon Ramsay.
I am. Honestly, falafel, pepperoni, I am taking absolute piss.
Yeah. No, you're doing actually okay, mate.
I'm doing well.
It's the muscles that baffled me.
Well, there you go.
It's the muscles.
On that note, tickets to my tour next year are on sale. They're going quick. Chelmsford Southend sold out. Queen's Theatre have been selling really well. Maidstone Bromley nearly sold out. So get if you want to come, fucking hurry up. And yeah, thanks so much for listening to the podcast again, guys. What they got to do on the YouTube?
Get over to Jamesy's YouTube channel at Josh Jamesy. Leave us a like if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you never want to miss an episode.
Lovely stuff. And right, it's 5 stars on Spotify, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. See you all next week.
Don't forget to buy tickets.